What's up, guys? Welcome back to Evolve. We're going to be going into Fusion Plant on Goliath here. Looks like I'm taking cooldown reduction. As I've said, cooldown reduction and small range are my two abilities that I normally take. So, yeah, going in on Goliath. Looks like a standard team. I didn't see if there was any. Didn't see exactly who the medic was, but it's probably Val. I do definitely want to play around with some perks during the beta, see if there's anything else that I'm missing. I have taken the damage buff a couple of times. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not sure what else I've taken. I think there's like armor regen. I don't think really I like that one all that much. I'd rather just eat wildlife to get your armor. Although I can see situations where maybe that would be okay if the hunter team is really good at sticking on you and it's really hard for you to actually hunt and eat wildlife. It might make it difficult, and maybe you can get some get like a place to hide for a little bit and hopefully get like half a thing of armor and go on them and try to get a down penalty or something that way. Maybe that'll slow them down a bit. We'll have to see if they help the load times as well during the beta also. A lot of things that I'm excited about to see exactly the improvements they've made since alpha. Alright, so Fusion Plant, I don't really have a set build because you don't see it nearly as much as the other two maps, and actually during the beta we're going to have all 12 maps, so hopefully it'll be a little less stale in terms of routes to take and, you know, exactly the games that you see. You know, the maps really do play a big difference. I think pretty much every game, in my opinion, is almost different just because you're taking different fights at different areas, you're going to get domed in different areas, you're going to have to use the terrain a little bit differently. So when you're actually playing the game, it feels different almost every time, at least in my opinion. I know a lot of people were saying it felt repetitive, but I like to perfect my gaming experiences. That's probably why I played StarCraft for so long, as it's mostly about doing the same build, just perfecting it over and over, trying to get your timings right and stuff. So the two areas where I like to fight on this map are down in the corner where I'm going now, in where that little pipe is, the like half pipe thing, the big metal pipe that you can get under. I kind of like fighting there, although it is a pretty open space if you get domed out there. I also like fighting back behind that mountain. I think that's probably my favorite place to fight on this map. There's a lot of good areas that you can juke on this map as well. Towards the middle of the map there's a lot of like terrain elevations, and there's trees around there where you can hide. You can climb up somewhere and just hide and hope they run past you, and then just circle back around to the other areas. Back to where you were coming from. Not sure if I'll end up doing that during this game, but I know I did it quite a bit in the alpha. Alright, so I see my first hunter here. I am full armor, so I'm okay with taking a fight. It looks like they're actually engaged with, I forget what they're called, but they're the daisy things. So I'm gonna go ahead and fight this. Really nice sleep strike right on top of them. And it looks like we're gonna get a down penalty really early. That's the strength of fighting a hunter when they're engaged with wildlife. Definitely the strength of that. So I think that was the trapper that I took down. Going after Markov, he pops his shield. Gonna switch over to Val, it looks like. Val is pretty difficult to take out here, but I finally got a down penalty on her as well. I still haven't used all of my armor either. That was a decent orbital, but I did have a leap strike up. The best way to use Hank is if the monster gets caught in harpoon traps, that's ideal. If not, you can kind of count out how often they've left and used their like movement abilities, and sometimes you can get a couple good barrages on them to take out like a few chunks of life that way. Alright, so at this point I'm out of armor. I can play a little bit more passive. Try to go ahead and like hide behind structures and obstacles on the map. Markov's playing pretty aggressive. I think that's actually a smart thing, especially if he has his personal bubble up, because he can kind of kite you into the rest of the team. So I think the Assault can play a lot more aggressive than the rest of the team. And if he gets pounced on, like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if the Assault actually has more armor or not. I don't know if eating here is a good option. Are they gonna follow me close enough behind? I feel like they should have been able to get a few shots and force me to not be able to feed right there, but either way, let's see if I can find a good location to evolve. Getting caught out in the open when you're evolving is like actually the worst. Like if Hank turns around that corner and Orbital Barrage is on my face, I can lose so much life just when I'm not even able to really do anything about it. So you really want to pick the places that you evolve correctly. I don't know how many Hunter wins I've gotten where a monster just evolves too close to the Hunter team. Either because they don't know that there's a timer on it where you're stuck in a cocoon, or they think that they're safe, you know, they think they have like unlimited armor or something, but it's definitely not the case. So it looks like Daisy's tracking me and there's a Hunter behind him. I can fight here, but I don't necessarily want to, only because I don't have full armor. So I could take unnecessary life damage if I engage in a fight right here. Goliath can play much more aggressive, I would say, when he's only got about a half bar of armor. If you're playing safe, I mean, you can obviously just go in on Kraken and win at like stage 1. Smell Rage increased by 100%, that's going to be really helpful. I'm pretty sure that perks and buffs actually don't stack, so if I had the Smell Range buff, it wouldn't be like 140%, it would only be 100. I think it only takes the highest amount, which is always going to be the perk on the map, the buff on the map. So it looks like I want to take a fight here. I'm almost full armor. I've got a pretty good position. It looks like Markov was able to see me. I'm going to go on the person that has that one. Again, a really nice leap strike. Same person, actually, that I leap strike at the start of the game. That's where she got her down penalty initially. Leap strike is one of those abilities where if you get really good at landing it, it feels really rewarding to leap strike from a really far distance away. I think the same thing is going to be the case with Wraith's abduction. I think that's going to be a really fun ability if you can land it from the distance that you can go. I saw a really far Wraith abduction, which is really sick. Pulling them back like 100 meters or something is insane. Just splitting them up completely from the team. I'm pretty excited to try out Wraith, but unfortunately you can't until the game releases, so maybe about a month away. And then we haven't heard a whole lot about the fourth monster, except for I think its name is Behemoth, and it's bigger than the Goliath, which is going to be kind of crazy. I'm not 100% sure what they're going to be doing with it, but it kind of looked like it had big hands that could be used for like tunneling or something. I'm hoping it's kind of a subterranean monster. I think that'd be really cool. I know initially they had something on the Goliath, an ability on the Goliath where he could like burrow underground or something, but it didn't feel right. So maybe they're trying to create a monster revolving around that. So I'm going to take 3 ranks in Rock Throw. Normally not something that I like to take, but I'm kind of toying around. I'm also trying to level up my Rock Throw in this game, probably. It's also kind of the case if you can get up to stage 3 without taking hardly any health damage, you've basically won the game. At least from what I've seen. Like maybe when I start to get more squads that play against me and stuff like that, it'll be a little bit harder. Because I have won against stage 3 monsters at full life before as a hunter, but it's really rare that that happens because the hunter team really needs to play remarkably well together to be able to do that. You need to basically know where your hunter team is laying down harpoon traps and stuff like that, and kite the monster through them to lose aggro. You know, maybe you take half life and then you lose aggro. and then you know, there's cloak. There's a whole lot of options to actually like getting the monster off of you. You can actually go through those doors if people didn't know that. So I'm gonna go in on this. Looks like I didn't hit anyone with the leap strike, but I did get kind of in the middle of all of them. They're doing a pretty good job of like fanning out and stuff like that, but this guy's kind of just getting crushed. I think actually someone just took over for a bot, so it's kind of unfortunate. He comes in and he just gets wrecked right away, but that happens. Leap strike, right on the money, right on that trapper that was standing on top of the power relay, really good. And so you can see how much damage Rock Throw can do at rank 3. Like, it's really good. From 2 strikes, it'll completely kill somebody, which is pretty nice, but I just have trouble hitting it sometimes, and also it's pretty easy to dodge, I think. Just because you have to pull that rock up, you can kind of get ready for it a bit. Yeah. Looks like I missed that rock throw, just slightly. See if I hit this one. Nope. That's why I don't normally take it, I'm just not good at hitting it. I need to get better at my rock throw abilities. Looks like Daisy's running away. Go off the medic. I still haven't even gotten rid of all of my armor yet, so this game's basically over. We're just kind of trying to finish it out here. And I think Daisy's the last one left, so let's wait for Daisy to come in. Just watch her as she runs over to her to her ally and finish the game out. Yep, that's it. Pretty straightforward game. Just get to tier 3, had a couple of down penalties already, and it makes the game really easy at that point. Alright, so we will let the video play out until the replay. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.